Welcome to another Sports Static show, ending the week for preseason football. That means go ahead, get your nachos and jalapenos. You can put your cleats on hey, you want cleats? You want to get ready for football? Put some turf in the living room. Hike one. We're ready to go for the regular season. Joe, what is up today? Sports Static, talk to me.
Hey, I'm as excited as you, John. I'm ready to go. I got my Bucs shirt on. A lot of news has happened. Is Ezekiel Elliott going to sign the contract? Is he playing week one? Jadeveon Clowney goes to the Seahawks. I am excited.
Cool, man. And this is what it's all about when we're going through this preseason. It seems a lot of slow to you guys and everything. It's just about getting these teams ready to go. And I know the controversy of too many preseason games. People are getting put out of money because they're getting hurt, losing these key players. But at the same token, you got to see who we have. And just think. I mean, look what happened with Andrew Luck through the preseason.
Hey, man, Andrew Luck retires. Jacoby Brissett, I think he's going to have a really good year, guys. The Colts.
I like them too. And you know what? Sometimes when that door opens for somebody and they get them that opportunity to show what they got, show me what you got.
Hey, you got to show us what you got. I think the Colts have a good season, and I am predicting them to win that division.
You're predicting the Colts to win that?
Yes, sir.
That is a bold prediction, Joe.
Hey, guys, I looked at some Jacoby Brissett games. He looks good. He looks good. He can scramble out there. He can throw the ball. He was just played under Andrew Luck. I think he's going to be good.
I mean, that I agree with you there. So, but for the Colts to lose their star quarterback,
hurts.
And they're going to win the division.
Yes.
The AFC South.
Yes, sir.
They're going to win over Houston, Tennessee, and Jacksonville. I don't know. I mean, where are you putting in the AFC South? Where are you putting Jacksonville with the Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Yeah. Look, guys, I really like Nick Foles, but he's unproven, you know? And that defense lost a lot of guys. You know, they did lose a guy. They lost Telvin Smith. They lost a lot of guys. And I think they probably go 8-8 this year, but the Colts, man, the Colts have a good defense, a good line, a great line. The Texans, look at the statistics. Deshaun Watson got sacked. He gets sacked so much. I think statistically, he's number one quarterback that gets sacked the most in the NFL.
Yep, he does. He gets hit a lot.
Yep.
And that's not good for the wear and tear on your quarterback. Right back again to Andrew Luck and what probably ended his, what I would like to say, potential Hall of Fame career. Because I think, and I truly think this, some people don't like Andrew Luck. I like the guy. I do think there was a Super Bowl in there somewhere. I think as you build a talent around a guy like that with an arm like that, their possibility was there. But, hey, the backup quarterback, you're right, is not looking too shabby. So, basically what you're saying here with this division is you're thinking there's a great potential that Watson doesn't make it through the season. Tennessee Titans, we know what's up there, and I feel the same. That quarterback gets knocked around.
Yes, he does. If the Texans don't protect Deshaun Watson, I don't see them even. You know, they could make the playoffs because they have a good team. But, man, you know, if they don't protect him, the Colts are definitely going to win that division. Jacksonville's a toss-up. You can't really say. But Tennessee, you know, I'm not really too high on them. So I definitely have the Colts winning it.
And, I mean, Tennessee, to me, it's the same thing that you're dealing with Mariota right there, is that he's getting knocked around a lot. And if they don't protect him and put money, guys, into the protection scheme, you're going to have a quarterback that's not going to make it through the season. And, Joe, we talked about this last week, and I'm going to kind of hit back on this again, and I'm watching it, and I'm listening to the local radio here in Tampa Bay, and half of what I'm listening to is the fact that everybody's buying gas when I'm trying to go somewhere, I said. 5 days ahead of more than 5 days ahead of a hurricane, 6 days before a hurricane, they're buying all the gas. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, there's a line going anywhere when nobody even knows where they're going or what they're going to do with their gas. They're filling up 5-gallon buckets from Home Depot, I said. Tony Stewart would not be happy with that.
Look, I hope everyone's safe during the hurricane, and everyone gets shelter and protect your families. This will pass by, and we'll all be okay.
Yeah, the Bahamas, hey, we're thinking about you. You guys are going to get smacked pretty hard in the Bahamas. It still hasn't made the track north like it's supposed to, but if you guys watch Dennis Phillips, he's the guy to watch. He's got his rules 1 through 7, and I always pay attention to rule number 7. Don't freak out until Dennis Phillips freaks out, and then you can freak out. That's rule number 7. So, but in the Tampa Bay area, I watch this, I listen to the sports radio, and what I'm listening to on the sports radio is, Joe, they keep on taking and giving Jameis Winston the back door. And they're giving him the back door, and, you know, first they're like, well, it's not his fault, it's not this, it's not that. He's got no protection. We've got this horrible offensive line that we're paying way too much money for and all this. But, Joe, as you and I talked about on the show last week, and when you start to give that count from a quarterback from the time he takes possession of the football, that you counted out 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. The quarterbacks that still have the ball in their hand when you get to the 1,000 just are taking their chances of being sacked, a turnover, an interception, something going wrong. Those chances of something bad happening if the ball's still in your hand, when you get to the count of 1,000, the chances are ridiculous that something bad's going to happen. You have to get the ball out of your hand. That has to do with 2 people, I believe. Has to do with your offensive coordinator, and it has to do with the quarterback. Joe, talk to me on this when I'm watching these quarterbacks that are getting beat up and everything, and I'm counting how long they got the ball in their hand. Jameis Winston don't need a back door here. He's got the ball in his hands when I'm at 4 and 5 seconds.
You know, I completely agree, and if you guys watch the film, he does keep the ball in his hand over 3 seconds, and like we said, if you keep it over 3 seconds, these guys are so fast, so quick, they're going to get to you. He has to throw the ball away, or he has to dump it off to his running back, and that's what he has to do. Even though, you know, the Bucs offensive line isn't very good, and the running backs, you know, aren't that great.
But are they good enough to give him 3 seconds?
They are. You know, they are. Every quarterback's going to have 3 seconds. You know, you got to throw it away. If not, you're going to get sacked.
And the thing about it is yes, there's an exception to that rule, Joe, because we know we got some of the great ones. And when you look at Patrick Mahomes last year, his passer rating went up when you chased him out of the pocket.
Well, you know, Patrick Mahomes is a very, very special player. It's funny because defenses and defensive coordinators try to keep him in the pocket, which is even insane because when he gets out of the pocket, like you said, his statistics go up.
Yeah, and wow, I mean, that's quite the thing, and we can contribute that back to that sidearm pass he does, which, I mean, if you play second base, right, in baseball, you can throw a sidearm.
Right. And people don't realize, you know, he could have went to the MLB, guys. He's been playing baseball his whole life. Now he transitions to football, and that's why I think Kyler Murray is going to be great, too.
We will wait and see with the Kyler Murray. I'm not sold on Kyler Murray yet. I'm sold on his arm. I like Kyler Murray's arm, but I'm not yet sold on NFL speed and the decisions you make when you've got a guy who's 270 pounds that can run a 4.6 chasing you down.
Right, but you know, I compare Kyler Murray to Russell Wilson. And we've seen what Russell Wilson's done in this league. Look, I'm really high on Kyler Murray. He's my starting quarterback for fantasy. I'm very high on him. And people have to realize he might have a slow start, but he's on the Cardinals. Come on.
I got you.
You know?
I got you. He's on the Cardinals, and yeah, that's a tough gig right there, and protection may not be that great, but that worries me about this kid. And if he's able to play Patrick Mahomes style football, and where he can actually make some good quality throws on the run, then it's good. If he turns into this quarterback that thinks run, yeah, I'm watching these quarterbacks that are having problems here through the preseason, and I do pay attention to that second string quarterback a lot because they could very well be playing regular season football. Takes one hit for a guy to go down. And you could have a quarterback second string, Joe, that goes in.
Right, I completely agree. I mean, look at Josh Rosen, guys. He was on the Cardinals, and now Ryan Fitzpatrick's starting over him on the Dolphins.
Thank you for saying that, because remember what I said. Oh. Yes, Fitzpatrick is going to get the start. He deserves to start. I don't know why he gets so much crap through his career. Let me tell you this. There's always that backup quarterback behind Fitzmagic who looks pretty good in practice. He looks pretty good in practice. He's younger, he's whatever. So Fitzpatrick has 4 great games, then he makes a mistake and throws 4 interceptions. Can you let the guy come back next week, I said? Yeah, all of a sudden gonna jerk him. Let him work through it and lose a couple games so that the Fitzmagic can come in. Kool-Aid stains around your lip. I said drink the Kool-Aid. Live and breathe this guy. Now he's gonna start again. Miami, do you know he started the season for 5 different teams?
I did believe, and you know what? I wish he was still on the Bucs because I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think he's a great backup quarterback, and I think he's gonna do good things in Miami.
Backup quarterback?
Yes. I mean, guys, I'm not sold on Josh Rosen. I'm really not. I like Fitzpatrick even though he's an old guy.
But is Josh Rosen that bad, or is Fitzpatrick just knows the system, figures it out, hits the target? The freaking receivers love him because the ball's landed in their hand, I said. So is it the fact that Jameis Winston almost didn't get his job back because he was so bad? Or was Fitzmagic so good? Fitzmagic has his jersey in the Hall of Fame, Joe.
Yep. Well, we've all seen Fitzpatrick, and usually this is what Fitzpatrick does. He usually has 4 or 5 great games, and then, he kind of falls off the train, and that's what's probably going to happen. I think Josh Rosen's going to get the start midway through the season.
Or we're going to see another 4-week Hall of Fame football.
Probably will.
And then we got Fitzpatrick, which they call Fitzmagic's jersey. 2 of them. A Tampa Bay one and a Miami one. A Florida boy. Hey, look, it's a lot different when you got 7 kids to feed. Okay? Josh doesn't even know what it's like to change a diaper. There's something a lot different when you're bringing the loot in and you got to feed all those mouths. Okay? You played football on Sunday.
Yeah, I agree, man. But midway through the season, Josh Rosen is going to start. That's what the coaches are going to do. They're going to let him play behind Fitzpatrick, learn the system a little bit, get him in there.
And I don't think you could find a better quarterback as far as locker room friendly and mentorship, because Fitzpatrick has a great attitude in his role. He plays the role, if he's your backup quarterback, first and foremost. If you're looking on your sideline at your backup quarterback and it's Fitzpatrick, then things are good, okay? Things are real good because if something happens, he's going to be able to run the plays. He knows the playbook. Again, you'll hear this many, many, many times. Every Sports Static show, usually once, I will quote the great late Stuart Scott Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic, cool as the other side of the pillow. The guy can come in there and run your offense exactly the way you ask him to, and he will throw the deep ball, and our receiver's going to have this really big smile on their face. Get ready for Miami to shock a couple people strictly because of the fact Fitzmagic's going to throw bombs, and somebody's catching them. He just hopes they're wearing a green jersey, Joe.
I completely agree. I mean, look at when he was on the Bucs. Look at Deshaun Jackson. Jameis couldn't hit the deep ball. But
still can't.
But, Fitzpatrick, he hit him every time. And I feel like Deshaun Jackson probably would have stayed with the Bucs if Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to start.
So, here's the thing here. Taking a quick peek here. Because this is so important to me, Joe. And we're talking about Miami. We're talking about the Dolphins and Fitzmagic. You're kind of curious. I know you are. I'm curious. We're going to see Fitzmagic's first 4 games to put another jersey into the Hall of Fame. Let's take a look here and see. Let me get over to the schedule here. The first 4 games for Miami reads like this. Baltimore comes into Miami. Joe.
That's a really, really tough defense. Just got Earl Thomas. I think that's a loss for Miami.
You think it's a loss?
Yes.
In Miami with Fitzmagic. Magical things happen with this guy.
And
Magic!
Yep, and I'll make a bold prediction. I think Earl Thomas gets 2 interceptions that game.
Wow. And you know what? If you are a good defensive back, Joe, credit to you on that, because if you are a good defensive back and you know there's going to be some deep balls coming in,
Yep.
you better either hope that you can play the bump and run and stay tight with someone, or you're going to drop back a little bit so you can be with them and look for that bomb, because the bomb is coming.
Yes, sir, it is. It's definitely coming, and trust me, those safeties on Baltimore, I guarantee they're so hungry to get interceptions off Ryan Fitzpatrick that and it probably will happen.
So you're calling them 0-1, Miami, with
Yes.
the Fitzmagic after week 1, Joe.
Yes.
Okay, how about week 2, Joe? Guess what happens week 2, Joe?
What happens week 2?
Miami comes in. New England comes into Miami.
Oh. Well, you know what? Miami always plays New England very hard.
That they do.
They do play, but you know what? I'm going to make bold prediction.
Nice.
Miami wins that game. Miami wins it.
Wow. So you're telling me they didn't start handing out the Dixie cups with the Kool-Aid in it until week 2, and then Fitzmagic comes alive week 2. What better way for this quarterback to come out and slap Tom Brady and the New England Patriots in the mouth?
And I hope they do it too. I really do. I think they will. They always play it hard. We saw the Miami Miracle, guys. You saw Gronkowski. He was falling and tripping all over. And the Miami's going to win that game. Upset alert.
I like it because I'm with you on that. The big thing that I have that I'm with you with that is that there's the potential they could be 2-0 after week 2. Okay, but 1-1, Joe, you're calling them 1-1.
1-1.
Okay. But the Fitzmagic did start week 2, so taking the Fitzmagic, at this point everybody's got red stains, Kool-Aid stains around their lips, going into week 3, and then here you go, Joe, the full test for the backup quarterback. Fitzmagic goes into Dallas.
Ooh, very tough game. Very tough game. Ezekiel Elliott's going to be back. I have Dallas winning that game.
Are you confident with Elliott being back?
The reports are pretty confident that they're going to have a deal made by the end of this weekend or the end of this week. So I am confident.
Well, and for Dallas, that's a great thing. If you get Zeke back,
Yep.
And especially, here's the thing. It really makes me want to be a fly on the wall in those negotiations, because he's asking to be the number 1 paid running back in the NFL, the highest paid running back in the NFL. It's what he's asking for, and he's telling them to look at my stats and see why I'm asking you for that. I think a little bit premature on him asking for more money when he had 2 years on his contract. I think a little bit premature on that, and you're setting up something that's not going over good, I'm sure, with all of the owners. So Jerry Jones is kind of that guy that's kind of going, hey, I don't think so. You're under contract, and if you don't show up, I get some of my money back. Thank you. But I'll tell you this, Joe, right now. I think that the ball's been bounced back over to Zeke's camp, and I don't believe he will be the highest paid running back And I think it's because of his off-field issues and games missed because of his off-field issues.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree about his off-field issues. Should he get paid that much? I mean, statistically, he's very good, but off-the-field issues and, who knows, man. I think Todd Gurley, if he comes back healthy, man, that Rams team is scary.
They are scary if he comes back healthy. Week 4. Well, by the way, are you calling Dallas to win that game against Miami in Dallas?
Yes.
Okay. And it's really, really hard for me to say Miami will do anything. I believe in Fitzmagic, but when I say Fitzmagic and me believing in Fitzmagic, I think Fitzmagic's going to be stringing together 300 and 400 yard games because I think he will complete some deep balls that could go for 67 yards a shot. So getting to that 300-400 mark a game is about hitting a few big shots a game. You get those numbers up there quick. Week 4, okay? Week 4, the Chargers come into Miami.
Oh, man. Chargers are a very good team.
They're good.
Very good team. They lost Derwin James. I believe Melvin Gordon is going to be back, so all the Chargers fans, don't worry. Well, actually, he's asking for a trade. I might be wrong about that.
Is he?
Yeah, I might be wrong about that. He might be gone. So hopefully he comes to the Bucs. Please come to the Bucs, Melvin. But, I think Austin Eckler is a really good handcuff, and I think the Chargers win that game.
The problem is I'd love to see him come to the Bucs, but the Bucs don't have any money.
Yeah.
They don't have any money. They're supposedly have this horrible offensive line that they're paying more than anybody in the NFL for, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, Joe, we got to start saying, at some point, is this coaching or is this what is it? Yes.
It might be I think it's upper management, guys. Jason Light, who knows? But we got new coaches coming in. We definitely need to. We're overpaying so much, and we need to get that under control.
I get scared at sometimes whether it's coaching or what it is, but it worries me because if you're paying that much, where does this lie with Jason White? Does it go up right upstairs? Who's paying this much for these players that you're saying is just a horrible offensive line? It can't offer coverage, and I just don't believe it. I don't buy it one bit. You get the team you get, and you learn how to play with the strong points of each of the player you have. That's how you design your playbook. You design your playbook with the talent you have.
Right. I completely agree, and I believe the blame goes to upper management. At the end of the day, it's a business, and we definitely need to get that sorted out.
So going back to the Miami thing, because we were flirting with that for a little bit of the time there. At week 4, Joe, I am going to say that I've got them at 2-2. I think Fitzpatrick's doing good. That could be the time where the Chargers come in and slap and hit them in the mouth. Okay, week 4 in Miami. At that point, Joe, if we go to what your theory is, and Rosen will be and end up being the starter there, here's the thing interesting about the Chargers coming into town is that on week 5, Miami has a bye week. And you know how it is, Joe, with bye weeks.
Yeah, I know it is, but, timeout. I got to take a timeout here. You have Miami beating...
You're calling an NBA
I'm calling
20-second
NBA
timeout.
20-second timeout. You have Miami beating Dallas and going 2-2?
I have Miami beating Baltimore. I have Miami beating the New England Patriots.
Okay.
I have them losing the next 2 in a row.
Okay.
To Dallas and to the Chargers.
So you think that defense is going to hold up against Lamar Jackson and that offense? They lost Kiko Alonso.
I do not believe in Lamar Jackson throwing the ball. We seen him already running, but the NFL is a freaky thing, and they figure things out when you got an off season to figure it out, and especially when it's your first game of the season and you've got plenty of time how to contain. You're gonna ask your defense, let him beat us with his arm. And if that's the case, in my theory of what I think, You have to show me, Lamar, that you can beat a team with your arm. And if you decide to keep running the ball, you will not make it like an RG3. You will not complete a 16-game schedule.
You know, I agree, but we agree to disagree in that Baltimore is a running team now. I think they run all over Miami.
Okay, and that's the thing. If they can control the clock with the run, you're absolutely right, and I agree with you 100% on that, because I'm old school football defense and run that football. And if the Atlanta Falcons would have done that a couple years back and just run the damn ball, they would have had the Super Bowl trophy.
Yep. Instead, the Patriots won again.
They did win again. What a comeback, huh?
Oh, that was great.
It was a comeback. So, Joe, again, what I'm saying is yes, 2-2 for me. Okay? But I believe they open up winning 2 and they lose the next 2. So if your theory stands correct in what you believe, that you're going to end up having Rosen as a starter for Miami, after that bye week, if you make those moves, that's the time you want it, because now you have this quarterback with first team drills at practice preparing. He's got 2 weeks to prepare for Washington coming into Miami. So if you want a little success with Rosen coming in, week 6
is when he should play. So, that's a great opportunity for him to show up. I agree with you 100%. So we'll see how the Dolphins do.
Yeah. So I just wanted to go over some of this Dolphin stuff because of the Fitz magic. I think it's great for football. I think he's a fun quarterback to watch play the game. It's all or nothing. And I like his mojo. We call it the mojo. And I'm not giving no pun to Joe over here. But, I do like his swagger that he brings to the game. He seems to have fun playing the game. And he goes for it. He's not considering stats. He's throwing the football. So, what is one of the teams that you would say, Joe? And I'm asking you this because I want to know that the team that everybody doubts the most right now, the sleeper of all sleepers. I mean, this is the Sleeping Beauty team. Who is the Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, there's a couple, but I think with the addition of Jadeveon Clowney, I think the Seahawks are a sleeper.
Wow.
I really think they made the playoffs last year, and I know they lost a lot of people on defense, but again, Jadeveon Clowney got Bobby Wagner in there. Russell Wilson is a great leader. Chris Carson gonna have a lot of volume. I think they're a sleeper.
And I tell you what, the Seahawks, they've got Russell Wilson. They're great there. It's really that defense. So, right, man. If the Seahawks have a tight defense and keep the score low enough, all you really have to do is keep it close going into that fourth quarter, because we've all seen what Russell Wilson can do. And we've seen his poise, and he is poised enough to make the last drive score the go-ahead touchdown or field goal.
Yep, I completely agree. And I'm going to put in another sleeper. What I've been saying this whole preseason, I think Atlanta Falcons are a sleeper as well. They came in last season, they were all injured, and now they're coming back with all their defense. They're all healthy now. I think Matt Ryan has a great season, and they make a playoff push.
Wow.
Super Bowl run, actually.
Wow.
Yep.
We're just going to, on Sports Static right here, right now, we're just going to go ahead and throw another little thing, and we'll have a graphic to support it from now on. Instead of saying sleeper from now on, I think we're going to call it the Sleeping Beauty. The Sleeping Beauty. And we're going to announce I know everybody thinking beautiful in football, beauty in football. It's a beautiful thing when somebody puts the upset in. Beautiful thing, I said. Sleeping Beauty, I can't wait for this graphic to come out, Joe, because right away I'm thinking about the Sleeping Beauty and the theme music that comes with it. So, your Sleeping Beauty is going to be Matty Ice and the Atlanta Falcons going for another Super Bowl run, Joe?
Look, guys, they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And they should have won. And also, my other Sleeping Beauty is the Seahawks. I think they make a push. You'll be surprised.
Those are two good sleeping beauties. Okay, don't get me wrong. And I'm not prepared for the sleeper right now. The sleeping beauty. Because I don't think if I said my sleeping beauty was the Cleveland Browns, that anybody thinks they're asleep right now and that they're a surprise. I think that the Browns' expectations has went up a notch, Joe.
Yeah, that roster is extremely talented. Extremely talented, that roster. You know, with the addition of Odell Beckham, you know, they have Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You know, they have a really good offense. However, I think the Steelers, they just acquired Devin Bush. They have Mark Barron. They have very, very fast linebackers, a very fast defense. But, you know, the Browns' defense is also very good. They have Myles Garrett, and they have other very fast cornerbacks as well. They just got the cornerback in the draft. You know, that defense is very good. Baker Mayfield, I think Baker Mayfield has a great year. A great year. So I'd pick Baker Mayfield up in fantasy. And, you know, my prediction is definitely the Browns take that division. But the Steelers, I think the Steelers are going to get a wild card. I really believe that.
That's awesome that you say that, because the Steelers need that, don't they?
They definitely do need that, and I think Big Ben, you know, definitely gets a wild card. I think Juju Smith-Schuster has a great year. However, I could be wrong, because he did have Antonio Brown on the other side, and he's going to be the wide receiver 1 now, so he's going to get pressed by DBs that are guarding number 1 receiver. So we'll see how he does.
I'm looking at that with Pittsburgh, and I'm thinking, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're going to make a run, you've got to be thinking in the same sense and in the same way. And, you know, we'll kind of go into the area of Tom Brady. How many more years you got out of Tom Brady? So, if you're really in it to win, you've got to make your run with this guy right now. And I feel the same way with the New Orleans Saints, with who else? With the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who else do we got, Joe, that we're thinking if you're going to make that run right now, this is when you're going to make that run?
Man, you know, I like the Colts, guys. I really like the Colts. You got to make the run. You got to make the run now with Andrew Luck gone. So who knows?
So the Colts. You like the Colts?
I like the Colts. I do.
But what about like the runs, Joe, with these quarterbacks that this is it for these quarterbacks? I mean, if you're going to make a run with them, and what I'm saying is that they don't have many years left. Just to put it over to the NBA for a second here, the Lakers building on what? LeBron. Because if you actually paid the money to get LeBron there, you better build now, the team now. Which, same thing I'm thinking, NFL. Tom Brady. You're talking Tom Brady. You're talking Drew Brees. You're talking Ben Roethlisberger. These are quarterbacks, right? I feel that's where the Giants are messing up, where they had Eli and didn't protect this guy. I really feel that he was not protected, and they didn't build that offensive line to utilize the guy.
Yep. These teams are going to win now. So you have old quarterbacks, Big Ben, Tom Brady, and I think Tom Brady probably has 2 more years. You know,
you really think Tom Brady?
Yeah, I do. You know, you got to realize he's in. And it's really hard to not be a fan of Tom Brady. How can you not like the guy? You know, he is a winner. I understand like the scandals and everything, you know. But yeah, they're going to win now. Yeah, I think Tom Brady probably has 2 more years. Yeah, exactly.
That's asking a lot for a guy. 2 more years.
Yeah, this season, next season.
This season and next season.
Yep.
Okay. And I mean, I think it all comes down to this season. We're going to see the decline. It's a natural thing that happens. And when we do, I always say that when Tom Brady goes, Belichick goes.
Yeah, and you know, it is a system, guys. I've talked to many Patriots fans, and they're like, no, it's not a system, it's Brady. Look, Belichick is a great and we've seen it before. Matt Castle's one in the system. Brian Hoyer's one in the system. Drew Bledsoe. You know, there's a lot of, you know.
And Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's one in the system. Look at him now, you know. You know, who knows how well he's going to do with the San Francisco 49ers.
That dude got a lot of money for a few games. Did he?
Yeah. Wow, they really went all out for
John Lynch from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, John Lynch. He really believes in this kid.
Yeah, I guess so, paying him all that money, so we'll see how he does.
Right. let's do a quick rundown here. Okay, we've talked about divisions and our predictions that are wild and crazy at times. Let's real quick run through the divisions, and we're gonna just go ahead, Joe, and call it out. AFC East, New England, Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets.
New England.
I can almost guess who you have here, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going with Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Really hard not to go against Tom Brady and the Patriots for the last 15 years in this division, and you can't really expect any one of these teams to be able to bounce up and compete against that. So that's a tough one. So you've got New England, AFC East, and guess what that means, Joe? Very good potential. They could have a bye week.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll probably get home field advantage, get a bye week, and that's why it's like the run, because their division is so easy.
It's one of the factors. No doubt about it, one of the factors, and everybody knows that. But then, of course, you got to win the playoff games, which they do. Mm-hmm. So if they get the bye week, they got to win 2 playoff games to get back to the promised land. So it's there for the taking, Joe. AFC North, Joe. We go into the AFC North. We have the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll tell you up front, I'm calling the Cleveland Browns to win that division, Joe.
I agree.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So your high hopes for Pittsburgh, just not good enough for that energetic Cleveland Brown team.
Yep. I'm really high on the Browns, like I feel like everyone else is. They're just very talented. You look at that roster, it's just really, really talented.
I agree with you. AFC South, Houston, Texas, Indianapolis Colts minus Andrew Luck, Tennessee Titans with a potential banged-up Mariota, and the Jacksonville Jaguars with the Super Bowl winning quarterback underneath center now. Joe?
Yeah, who knows how Nick Foles is going to do as a starter. I still think, like I said, the Colts win that division. Because, I mean, if Houston can't protect Deshaun Watson, Lamar Miller is coming off an ACL injury. I think Brissett wins that division.
Nice prediction. I am taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, wow. I believe in Nick Foles. I wanted him here in Tampa Bay last year. Okay? I believe in Nick Foles. I believe in Nick Foles under pressure. How much more pressure could you be under? And to take your team through the playoffs as a backup quarterback and win the Super Bowl and then go to Disney World? Are you kidding me? I believe in Nick Foles.
Yeah. I mean, I think Nick Foles is great, but it's too early to say that they win the division. He's unproven. I know Jacoby Brissett's unproven, but I think he has a better team around him and better offensive line. I still think Colts win that division.
AFC West teams: Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers. Still seems strange for me to call them Los Angeles. Okay, and you'll hear me call them San Diego more than once this year, but you got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders. I'm taking the Chiefs in a tight race with the Chargers to win that division, Joe.
Yep, I agree. I think Chiefs win. Mahomes is amazing, and I think the Chargers get a wild card.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, look for the Raiders to make a statement this year. They're not going to be lousy. Yep. Look for them to make a statement, because I really do. The combination. We're only a couple years, 3 years removed, okay, from Carr having an MVP type season before breaking his finger entering into the playoffs. Carr, Antonio Brown, another potential MVP stats for Carr this year. Watch out for the Raiders as Sleeping Beauty highlights on several weeks to come.
Yep, and they also got Tyrell Williams, who's coming from the Chargers, who is also very good. And, Josh Jacobs, like you've been talking about, that defense. I know you love that cornerback, Abrams, whatever his name is. And then Pharrell and Josh Allen. Yeah, that team's looking good now.
That could be the Sleeping Beauty team of the year.
Could be.
Of the year. It could be. Last year it was the Browns. This year it could be the Raiders, could be the Sleeping Beauty team of the year. Let's move over to the NFC. NFC East, we've got the Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins, Giants. I have to believe in it, and I'm going to believe in it, and I'm just going to put it out there right now. Dallas Cowboys win a tight race in to win this division over the Eagles minus Nick Foles. And you're going to have a backup quarterback because Wentz hasn't proven himself to go through the season. Because of that, I'm calling the Dallas Cowboys to win the NFC East, Joe.
Yeah, that's another toss-up, and I completely agree that's going to be close, but I have the Eagles winning that division. If Carson Wentz stays healthy. And I think he's very good. I think he's better than Dak Prescott, so if he stays healthy, they win.
Another guy that was having an MVP type season, and you're right, he's great, but they were putting the big cap locks on when we type the IF. And the if is a huge, huge factor here with Carson Wentz.
Right, I completely agree, but if he stays healthy, they win, and I really hope he does. I hope he stays healthy.
I hope he does.
He's an exciting player to watch.
Okay, so you've got the Eagles on that, and I've got the Cowboys winning that division. We're going to the NFC North. This division, we talked about this last week, Joe. This division is tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tough division. As much as we talked of it last week, look what we're dealing with here. We've got the Bears, NFC North, guys. The Bears, Vikings, Packers, the Lions. Come on, Detroit. Come on. Spend some loot, I said. Defense is going to look better in Detroit this year. You'll see that. But looking at this right now with the Bears, Vikings, Packers, and Lions. Oh my goodness, Joe! I gotta flip it to you, Joe.
This is a very tough division. Might be it's probably one of the toughest divisions in football. I believe the Bears win that division. However, the Vikings could win that division because I think the Vikings offense is just with Diggs and Thielen and Rudolph, very good. I like Kirk Cousins too. I really like Kirk Cousins, and that defense is solid. They're solid everywhere, but I still think the Bears with Khalil Mack, they are scary. So
they are with just him on that defense. You're right. And Cooks running that ball from Minnesota.
Right.
Look, I'm going Minnesota.
Okay.
And Minnesota because I like their defense. Now, yes, I'd love to have Mack on my Minnesota defense.
Yeah.
I like the Minnesota defense. I like the fact that I think we're going to see Minnesota pounding that ball with the run and controlling the clock and giving Kirk Cousins an opportunity to make smart plays, control the game. I like Minnesota to win that division, Joe.
Yeah, that's a great pick also, but I'm going to go with the Bears.
The Bears. And I like that one too. It's tough division right there. We're going over to the division where we are, Joe, with the Tampa Bay, our home team, the Buccaneers. The NFC South, guys. The Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers. And I'm just going to say it flat out. This is the New Orleans Saints division.
Yep, completely agree. Definitely.
And I think that the Falcons got a chance, Joe, to come in. Just like you say, they got a real good chance to come in that very close second wild card berth.
Yes, 100% agree.
So that division right there could be tough too. It is usually tough, and that's because of the unknowns of what can actually happen there with the Panthers and the Buccaneers. It's just you just don't know who you're going to have under quarterback there, and that's a huge thing right there. Who are you going to have at quarterback? Look at this when you're talking about the Saints and their backup quarterback. Got to feel good about that.
Yeah, you're talking about Taysom Hill, right?
Yes.
Can you even call him? He plays every position.
He can.
He plays every position. And
Let him return kickoffs.
Right. I mean, he's playing that Wildcat, and it's really fun to see. Yeah, the Saints definitely take that division.
It is. To finish it off with the NFC West, Rams, Seahawks, Niners, and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to be at the bottom of that if you ask me right now.
Yeah.
But I am thinking Rams take this, and the Seahawks are going to be in the mix for a wild card for sure. I believe that. But the Rams take the division and a potential push through the playoffs, deep push through the playoffs.
Yep. Like I said last week, I said the Rams are my Super Bowl prediction to win the whole thing. The addition of Clay Matthews, it all depends on if Todd Gurley is there, because we saw it in the Super Bowl. If Todd Gurley's not there, they're hurt. But the Rams win that division.
And I could not agree with you more on that. And they're a good team. They're a well-coached team. It's strategy week in, week out. And when you have a strategy where you can go in, week out with that strategy, strong defense, okay, things are going to happen. And by that, I mean good things with W's on your stats. And that's what you play for. You play for the win. It's the teams that don't adjust week in and week out that people read them like a book, and I'm talking a elementary book, and they figure them out and they go in there and they hit them in the mouth, and you look at it, and at the end of the season, when you look at your record and you're going several seasons in a row without making the playoffs, it's time to fire the coach.
Yep. And Cooper Kupp's coming back. And that offense is looking scarier and scarier every single day, and that defense just got better. So Rams are my Super Bowl prediction.
I believe Buffalo made a potential mistake in getting rid of what I believe is still, yes, I know last year he didn't have his typical stats at the running back position. He was under 1,000 yards rushing. Okay. But McCoy, signing with the Chiefs, going back to Andy Reid offense, his head coach when he played for the Eagles. I'm telling you, McCoy has to be ear-to-ear grin right now and extremely happy. And think about what you're getting if with an already great team in the Chiefs, Joe, that now you're getting a guy who first and foremost has to be so excited at this part in his career to go to a potential Super Bowl competing team right away, and your coach Andy Reid, who's always believed in you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, how can you not be happy if you're not LaShawn McCoy? Go back with Andy Reid and a Super Bowl contender in the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes under center, and you have the opportunity to be the third running back on that team. Yeah, I bet he's extremely happy. And I also agree that the Bills did make a mistake.
Big mistake. I think you got to keep a guy like that. You've been talking highly of the Seahawks. Right now, the Seahawks have to make some urgent moves here, Joe, because of the fact that they cut Geno Smith. Now, I'm not saying Geno Smith was the guy that you wanted to back this up, but right now, as we sit right now, Russell Wilson is the only quarterback currently on the roster. I mean, hello? Seattle needs some backup quarterback. You got anybody in mind?
Oh, man, any backup quarterbacks?
Somebody might have to come off the couch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly have no idea. I can't say. But I think Russell Wilson stays healthy the whole season, and Seahawks make a push. I really like Russell Wilson. Probably my favorite quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I agree with you. You got some of these quarterbacks that were pulled off of the couch. I think that what's going to happen potentially is that you're going to get one of the backup quarterbacks that get cut within the next day or so from the Raiders. And I think it's going to be Gladden. You're going to have him as a backup. He can see over the defense. Reportedly, his neck is 14 inches long. So he can see over all of the defenders.
Oh, that is funny. So he's kind of a Mike Glennon prototype, huh?
Glennon, is that who I'm talking about?
Oh, that's who you're talking about?
Sorry,
okay, so
I missed his. Yes.
Okay, Mike Glennon. There you go, Mike Glennon. Another buck.
I don't believe he. I believe he gets cut from the Raiders because of the way that Griffin played there, and Gruden's really high on him, and Gruden's a quarterback guy, and you mess up, especially when you're fighting for a backup position. Gruden sends you packing, and that's just the way he's a quarterback guy.
Yeah, so, we'll see what happens. He is a quarterback guy, and I really like John Gruden. Thank you. Another buck.
Right.
The Raiders got all the bucks.
I like him a lot too, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and call his backup quarterback Neck from here on out for the rest of his career. Neck. I know a lot of people have a great vertical jump, and they have a vertical jump, but who has a vertical neck that reaches out to 14 inches? You're an ostrich to this defense.
No, maybe they should get a draft. Get a draft to be the backup quarterback.
A giraffe. We could call him the giraffe as well, but he does got the neck. So I tell you right now, the Seahawks need to get a backup quarterback in there. And here's the thing. Right now, when you say there's no back quarterback, the only reason why there's not right now is because they're waiting for a quarterback to be cut in a tight camp, a tight race camp for that backup position. So they're waiting right now, and I guarantee they have a backup quarterback in a day or two.
Yeah, probably. And yep.
So that's what's kind of happening with that. The Pats parted way with a wide receiver, Thomas, and I think that has strictly to do with the fact that you now have an active Josh Gordon as a starting receiver on your team.
Wow, that offense could be scary. You know, if Josh Gordon just stays off the weed, like Stephen A. Smith says, then you know, the Patriots are very scary.
They are. They're very scary. Who wouldn't want Josh Gordon as a threat down? Would I want him in the locker room or whatever? To me, it's not that I think he has a problem getting along. He gets along with people in the locker room, but what frustrates you if you're a player when you look at a guy who has capabilities year in and year out every year for Pro Bowl status, and then you watching him do this time and time again, and it's very and extremely frustrating. So then you get that backflack where people are thinking you're not putting the team first, and that's where that tension builds in the locker room. But there's the potential. He has a full season this year, and if he does, that is a Pro Bowl season, because you've got Tom Brady throwing you the ball. He hits you on the numbers, and
I mean,
when that happens,
I mean, yeah, we saw what happened with Randy Moss.
yes,
We
sir.
saw what happened with Randy Moss. I mean, Tom Brady's making these guys, you know, be themselves again. So I think I agree with you. Pro Bowl season.
It's going to be something great. And what I want to do right now, even though, guys, we're hitting on this, okay? We're hitting on this next week as the show launches off 7:30 Thursday. It is regular season football, and Sports Static's going to be coming at you. But what I want to touch on right now, just to give us a little bit of the prelim on what's happening here, we're going to go right through this real quick here. Okay? Real quick. The week opens up, Joe, the Packers at the Bears.
Wow, what a toss-up! But is it at the Bears? It's at
The
the Bears.
Packers are at,
at
the Bears, the Windy City.
Oh man, I really like Aaron Rodgers. He's coming back healthy, but
Do you like his mustache?
I love it. I love it.
That's quite a look, man. But I got to tell you, and I got to tell you, Aaron, right now, okay? Man, when you're getting girls that like him, Danica Patrick, wow. But I don't know about this mustache made you look about 10 years older. Right or wrong?
It does, but man, he pulls it off pretty well.
He pulls it off. So, Joe, Packers are at the Bears.
Yeah, I got the Bears winning that
The
one.
Bears. I'm with you 100% on this. The Bears go in there. It's a young head coach. We haven't seen how this works yet. Aaron Rodgers really hasn't been playing football. He's got to take that first hit. I'm taking the Bears as well. The Rams kick off our Sunday football September 8th. The Rams are at the Panthers. So I even got to ask you.
The Rams.
The Rams. And obviously, I'm going Rams too. I don't know who we get with the Panthers. I don't know what Cam Newton we get. I don't know who we're going to see. And, Joe, Cam Newton at quarterback, playing good Cam Newton football, could be dangerous at any given time. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Oh, I agree. But I think his time's over. I mean, he's coming off a shoulder injury. He got injured in preseason. I mean, he's a running quarterback. I don't think he's that accurate. I honestly think he's overrated. But
And the thing about me is this, is that I think it's an attitude adjustment that he's had and needed to have and hasn't gotten it still. And that bothers me a little bit about Mr. Newton. Great smile will make millions of dollars for Crest toothpaste for years to come. He's got an incredible smile, Joe, and you can make millions with a smile like that.
Yeah, good-looking guy, but, he's injured. I just don't think he's going to be that great anymore.
Redskins go to a team that you are thinking are going to be great this year. Redskins travel to the Eagles week 1. Joe.
Got the Eagles winning that one.
I've got the Eagles winning that one too. I'm not really thinking the Redskins are going to be too impressive, and I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year. Here's a game that is a tough game to pick. We have the Bills traveling into the Jets. Now, with that being said, remember, there's a particular running back in the Jets camp we haven't got to see play. It's going 2 years. We didn't get to see him play last year, and before that, he was tagged as one of the best running backs in the NFL, Joe.
Yeah, I really like Le'Veon Bell. Amazing patience. We've never really seen that before. He's definitely a generational type running back. However, I believe the Bills stacked the box against him, and they shut him down.
Wow. We are really in agreement on a lot of these because I'm taking that Bill defense, the Bills defense, to go in there and win the football. The Bills defense to win that game. It's a defensive game there. And Darnold's coming in there on his second year, sophomore year here for this quarterback. I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. But I just think the defense wins this game, and it's going to be the Bills defense. The Falcons are going into Minnesota. Falcons into Minnesota. What a tough game here for the Falcons. I'm going to go first on this one and tell you right now, Joe, I'm taking Minnesota Vikings at home to win this game with defense and a really pound you in the mouth running game.
Yeah, that is a toss-up. I'm going to go upset here. I'm going to go Atlanta Falcons. I think they're on the course of proving everybody wrong. So let's do the first upset as the Atlanta Falcons win that.
I like that. I like the Atlanta Falcons going in there. And I mean, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. Ravens go into Miami. You already heard my pick on this. We have some very, very bright red Kool-Aid, being prepared to pour in small Dixie cups for your quick drinking flavor. Fitzmagic, week 1, hosting a quarterback who has not gained my confidence yet. I'm taking Miami Dolphins to beat the Ravens on their home season opener. Talk to me.
Well, I think the Ravens win that game. I think they win off defense alone, and I think the offense that the Ravens are implementing with the read option, I think they run all over Miami, like I said.
And that's the thing, is that I like what you're saying. When you're talking about that read option and the RPO here, yes, Baltimore's impressive, but we've had a whole offseason to plan for this guy, and you got to show me. You got to show me. Okay? What can you do?
Well, you know what? Even if he doesn't show you, I still think that defense shows up and locks that offense down.
Gotcha. They better be prepared for Fitzmagic. Yep. They better be prepared. The Chiefs go into the Jaguars. I truly, honestly believe this is a very tough game. The Chiefs going into the Jaguars. And I'm going to go ahead right now, and I will let you know this will be my first upset pick of the season. I will pick the Jaguars at home to beat the Chiefs, and I think it's going to be good for the Chiefs to have that happen the first game. And the reason why I'm picking that is because it's at home. there's going to be a lot of energy to see that new Nick Foles offense. A defense that's not maybe as good as it was a couple years out, but still a good defense. You're hosting the Chiefs, and everybody's going to call you to lose this game. First home stance for the Jaguars. I say they cause an upset here and win week 1 against the Chiefs.
I agree with you. 100%.
Wow.
I agree with you. I think, Leonard Fournette's coming back healthy. I think they run on the Chiefs. I think Jalen Ramsey, he wants to lock Tyreek Hill down. I know that he's coming in. I'm the best corner in the league, and I believe he is. So I agree with you. Upset alert right there.
And so this doesn't really take, and I'm getting this vibe from you because it's the way I feel as well. We're not saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are not a playoff team and not a great team and that it's anything to do with them. We're saying that we feel, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that we feel that Jacksonville is that good.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that defense, that the offense looking good. I think Nick Foles to D.D. Westbrook. I think D.D. Westbrook has 1,000 yards plus. And I think they run it down, and I think they upset the Chiefs. Nice.
The Titans, you poor guys. You poor Tennessee Titans traveling to the new Cleveland Browns. You are in deep trouble because if you want to talk about an exhilarating atmosphere in Cleveland, not to mention what I think is an MVP potential quality quarterback with an MVP potential receiving core. Wow, look out. But Tennessee, I really feel bad for you. Break out the first aid kit. You're going to get hit in the mouth. The Browns take this first home opener here.
Yep, it'll be a blowout. Dog pound, just.
Dog pound.
Yep, definitely. They win that one.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you brought up the dog pound. Colts minus Andrew Luck. Colts minus Andrew Luck. Go in to the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers at home to win this game. Would I have picked that with the healthy Andrew Luck right now? It probably would have been my toughest pick of the week had you had the healthy Andrew Luck starting this football game. But being that it's not, I feel it's an easy pick for me when I say that the Chargers win this home game.
Yeah, I think the Chargers win. I think it's going to be a close game though, mainly due to the fact that Melvin Gordon's probably not going to be there. They lost Derwin James. I still think the Chargers win, and because it's at home, I believe they win.
Yeah, and because it's at home, you're giving up some points right there. I always think that and feel that way. Here's a game that doesn't very much interest me, just because the Bengals don't interest me. They just don't. Now, I believe in the Red Rocket. It's a brother from another mother. I believe in the Red Rocket. He's got an arm on him, but he doesn't have offense that's built around how do you utilize this arm. And then, of course, you don't have a defense to keep points off the board. Every time you get on the field, you got to get the rocket. Red Rocket's got to go. So when you've got the Bengals visiting the Seahawks with the 12th man over there in Seattle, I'm obviously taking Seattle.
Yeah, 100% agree. We don't know about the Bengals. We don't know how AJ Green, is he going to stay healthy throughout the season? Probably not. I got the Seahawks too.
Seahawks too. Liking it. We're on the same page in a lot of this stuff right here. The 49ers go into the Buccaneers. I'm telling you right now, it is extremely hard for me to even talk about right now. Don't get me wrong, anybody watching. I live in the Tampa Bay area 30 years, okay? Ups and downs with them, okay? Ups and downs. I do not believe in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now for a number of reasons. They've got to prove me in the defensive backs, and the starting quarterback, Jameis Winston, has to prove to me that he can be a poised quarterback, a patient quarterback that knows how to control a game. And that doesn't happen with making these rash decisions and turning the ball over, throwing a pick six, anything like that. I don't believe in it, Joe. And I know you're going to have something to say about this. I'm taking San Francisco to come in and take that first home opener away from the Buccaneers. Niners win this game.
You know who I'm going with, guys.
Oh.
You know who I'm going with. The Bucs, baby.
With confidence.
With confidence, a revamped defense. Bruce Arians coming in, former Super Bowl winning coach. I think Jameis has a turnaround season. I think the Bucs go 3-0. Look at that schedule. I think they go 3-0. I think they beat San Francisco down, man.
Really?
I really hope they do. I think they get at Jimmy G and beat him down.
And what's one of the main factors of that?
Guys, we got Ndamukong Suh. We got new DBs coming in. We got Devin White. I mean, we got some goons on defense now. And we got Vita Vea, you know.
That
Come
sounds
on,
like
guys.
a really good drink, doesn't it?
It sounds like it.
We got Vita Vea in
We
the
got
house.
Vita Vea.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be that enthusiastic about this team, okay? But I can't go there yet, man. Maybe you'll help me get there through the season here, but right now I'm not there, Joe.
Hey, man. I'm a big fan, so we'll see. I'm there. I think the defense is turned around and 1-0, baby. 3-0, actually.
Right. Guys, don't say I'm not a sports fan if I don't pick them to win every week. I'm talking stats here, all right? I'm making bold predictions here. I'm talking stats. Don't try to say I'm not a true Buck fan if I don't think they'll win every week. Now, come on now. I gotta go ahead and pull the blindfold off and take a look at what's out there. This is no fantasy island here in the Tampa Bay area. Okay, the New York Giants go in to Dallas. I know.
I got Dallas winning that one.
You got Dallas winning that one.
Yeah. Don't do it.
I'm right there. I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put this out there right now. New York Giants. Eli, with a very famous last name, Manning. It's a Super Bowl family, minus the father. Eli Manning coming in to Dallas to make a statement with this running back, Barkley, okay? If the Dallas Cowboys do not have Zeke fully dressed on the sideline, and how do you really do that right now? We're a week away. No, what's he been doing for conditioning? What's going on? You think you're just... I hope he got a haircut, because the way his hair looks now, you can't even put a helmet on. So I'm hoping that he's gone ahead and taken and put it under control, and he's gone ahead and tightened up a little bit. But Zeke is not dressed and fully ready to go. There's no way that's the same team. You're putting everything on the shoulders now of Dak. I'm going to say the combination between Eli Manning, nickel and diming you down the field, don't have to go for anything big because of the fact you have a running back that I believe is going to be one of the best this year. I'm taking the Giants to go in there and upset. If I were to have an upset two, it would be right away for the Giants to go smack Dallas in the mouth, and that might be very good for Zeke and a contract if he is not yet signed.
Yeah,
I know what's coming.
I disagree with that, obviously. I mean, you're looking at one of the highest paid defenses in the league. Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, they have a good defense, guys. And I think they get out Eli Manning, and
Can they stop the run?
I think they can. Yeah, I think they stack the box against them. Yeah, I don't see many weapons on the Giants. I really don't.
They're running back.
Besides Saquon Barkley, and I love Saquon Barkley. I think he's great. I think he's great running back. So, if he goes off, it's possible, but I don't think he will.
Look for Barkley to have 100 yards receiving and 100-yard rushing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, get Saquon Barkley week 1. Start him week 1.
I just really feel that way. Now, a lot of people in the fantasy, Joe, they probably won't do that because of the fact of what you just said. They think highly of that defense in Dallas. So,
I think Saquon Barkley is always a must start. But I'm high on the Dallas defense, so I think they win that.
All right, this is going to be another one of those potential, what I think, upset, and it will say a lot and get New York fans really excited if that can happen. This is another game I don't really care too much for. Detroit Lions against the Cardinals, and they are in. The Cardinals are home, so the Cardinals are hosting Detroit, and I'll tell you right now, everybody's real high on their new quarterback, Murray. But the veteran quarterback, I'm a little worried about for Detroit because they're starting to talk about the veteran in Stafford having problems with his back. Have you heard anything about this?
I haven't, but I mean, you put in Matt Patricia, and all he wants to do is run the ball. So, Matt Stafford's statistics are going to go down. It's just inevitable.
It's okay if you can control the clock in that way, and then he can make some good throws and run and work the clock. But I'm going to tell you, are you taking the Cardinals? Am I sensing this?
I think I am.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm high on Kyler Murray. I don't. Detroit. I mean.
I know.
Yeah. I don't. I think the Cardinals win. No one's going to be watching that game anyway. But yeah.
I am originally from Detroit. My first football game I ever went to, I think it was probably 79 or 80, in the old Detroit Silverdome, which was ripped down. The first time they tried to take it down, it wouldn't go. They finally got it right. It's on the ground. I watched Detroit lose to Green Bay. I grew up watching this stuff happen. I grew up. But I'm still taking the Detroit Lions like I did last year and the year before and the year before to win the first game. Okay, I'm going to give you that, Detroit. But I'm telling you right now, after that, you're on your own. Don't expect me to be. You got to win this game. Go in there and show everybody on TV that actually has an interest in this game what it's like to be a rookie quarterback in the NFL. I gotta tell you this. For Murray, he's got to be extremely happy this is the first team he faces.
Yeah, actually some people are going to be watching this game just due to the fact of Kyler Murray. But I think Kyler Murray is going to have a good game, and I think Larry Fitzgerald has a good game as well.
Yeah.
I think so, and I think Kerryon Johnson does have a good game, but I think the Cardinals edge out the Lions.
The late Sunday game, the 8:20 p.m. game. The Steelers, very unfortunate, opening their season up by going to the Patriots. The Patriots are hosting the Steelers. Until you show me different, and I'm not real big on the locker room. I got to see the locker room. I got to see this Pittsburgh Steelers team and how they're going to play this year, but I'm taking the Patriots to win their opener at home.
Okay, I'm going to take the Steelers because...
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm going to take this... Well, guys, we've seen what happened. The Patriots usually start out slow, and then they prove everyone wrong.
They do.
That's normally what happens, so I got the Steelers in this game.
Nice. I like that. I wanted to do that, but it's at home with New England. If it was on the road, I guarantee you right now, if it was on the road, I would definitely be taking the Steelers right now. But it's at home, and you're still thinking Steelers go on the road and win.
Yeah, I believe that.
Nice. I like it. Hey, Big Ben's still there. Things can happen. Monday Night Football. 2 games Monday Night Football. The 7-10 Monday night game is the Texans at the Saints. I appreciate your enthusiasm, big Texas fans there. Well, we'll just tell you right now, you're coming to the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees going to tear that team up. I appreciate your enthusiasm. This is the Saints all day long, as far as I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they lost. The Texans lost some really big names on defense. I think the Saints win that game.
They did. The 10-20. Joe, I got to stay up till 10:20 on a Monday night for a kickoff? 10-20 game. The Broncos at the Raiders. love the new Raiders. The John Gruden is no joke. I know a lot of people criticize this guy and moves he made, especially the Cleo Mack move. But I'm telling you right now, that move was to initiate the building of a team that goes into a new stadium in Vegas in 2020. I truly believe that. And the Broncos coming in there, no. Watch out for the connection of Carr and Antonio Brown. Watch out. Brand new skin on the bottom of them feet for Antonio Brown. Watch out. The Raiders smack them in the mouth.
Yep, they definitely do. The Raiders I think they smack him too. I think Antonio Brown is going to absolutely burn Chris Harris Jr. He's done it literally so many times. And and I want to suggest something to you guys. If you guys want to laugh, watch John Gruden on Hard Knocks. Watch that show because he is hysterical. So the Raiders win that.
I love Hard Knocks. I watch it every season, the HBO special series they have of Hard Knocks. And it really helps you. I understand it's a produced show, directed, produced, and everything like that. But you still get the opportunity to get inside that locker room a little bit. You still get the opportunity to see certain players and how they react with other players. I think that's why in the very beginning of last season, I was high on the Browns because I watched Hard Knocks, and I wasn't wrong. I was not wrong when I was high on the Browns last year. When you take a Browns team that won, 1 out of 32 games, and then they have the season they had last year, that's success. They were one game away from a playoff berth. So, hello. So, yes, Hard Knocks is a good show if you guys have not watched it. Guys, check it out. Now, I want to remind you guys each and every show, watching the show at LeapAlive.com, there's a lot of other things for you to look at while you're there in many major cities. So whatever city you happening to be watching from, if you go into the cities tab and you click that city, you're going to see a lot of bar and grills in your area, restaurants, tons of other things, places to get your hair done, I said. Okay, so there's a lot of cool things that are happening at the LeapAlive.com. And right when you go on the site, there's a player right when the site opens of us live. So the live show to watch it at LeapAlive.com is a very cool place to watch it. While you're there, LeapAlive.com, watching the show, make sure you hit the register button right near the player. Or just go LeapAlive.com/register. What happens when you register? You will immediately get an email. With that email, you will get the live number to the show so that you can call and be part of this live show. We're not going to screen you. Watch your P's and Q's, okay? Watch your P's and Q's. We're not going to screen you, but just to let you know, I'm not going to screen you. I'm not going to abruptly do something stupid with you. But please, let's talk football. Talk football with me, and we're good to go. Okay? Talk football. Anyway, be part of this live show. This show, Sports Static, is strictly all about the fans. It's from you. Coming to us, fans. Or is it not coming to us, the fans?
It's coming to us, baby. Ask us some questions.
It's all about the fans, right?
Yes, sir.
And then throw it back at them, Joe. Throw it back at them. It's going back out to the fans. Back to you. Throwing it back to you. From us to you, from you to us. This is a fan show. It is called Sports Static. Enjoy yourself with us. We appreciate your enthusiasm. So the first one's kicking off, and you guys are going to watch us week in, week out. You're going to get all the news. If you have not yet found anything on us, go to the Facebook page, okay? Leap Alive will show all the shows they host. There's plenty of shows hosted. Like the page on Facebook. Like it. Find it. Leap Alive. Once you like that, you're going to get a lot more updates, and we will also begin streaming live on Facebook starting Thursday. Just wanted to get you guys involved in what's going on, keep you involved. Also, remember a big highlight you did not see in this preseason is Murph Man. Murph Man makes the picks each week on our highlighted game. And on that highlighted game, Murph Man, not only is he making picks, guys, okay, in the regular season, he went 13-3. We had guys from Vegas that were waiting on the Murph Man pick. They were waiting on the Murph Man pick before they made their bets because he's that hot. When I'm saying hot, I'm talking about, I don't know, what's your favorite hot sauce, Joe? What's your favorite hot sauce? Do you like hot sauce?
My favorite, you know what? I don't really like hot sauce, but I like barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce, that's good. Murph Man, though, is hot, like crystal hot sauce. One of my favorite. That girl is hot. I'm telling you right now, she's hot. Guys, follow Murph Man as well on Facebook. You can find Murph Man just the way you see it right there on the screen. Murph Man. He's on Facebook. Guy's got a lot of friends. He's got a lot more friends than I have. He's a popular guy. So check out Murph Man and enjoy it with us, okay, guys? Enjoy it with us. Joe, in closing, are you not ready for this regular season?
I'm excited. I'm as excited as anyone else out there. So you guys listen to Murph Man. He knows his picks.
He does. All right, so until Thursday, 7:30, I got a live stream happening Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Give them the farewell, Joe.
Farewell. Bold prediction. Bucks 1-0.
Bucks, well, I like it, and I can't say too much about it. Guys, make sure you tune in and find us. I gave you the info. You just got to click the button. You're in. Be part of our show. We will see you guys 7:30 p.m. for the live show. Peace out, my friends.